Hello, hello. It's August 5th and we have a full bed of zinnias in the garden. There are lots of butterflies visiting and so much color in here that I wanted to send a quick update. Lots of beautiful flowers. I'm really happy with how this turned out, just from seed. This section was seeded a little bit later, so hopefully these will come out and start blooming once the zinnias finish up. We've had a ton of rain the past few days, and I think that's really helped the flowers. Oh, and I think we were right in the very early spring when the leaves came up in this area, and I thought they might be for these lilies because I remember that the lilies come up with no leaves on. So here they are. I believe these are called resurrection lilies, or surprise lilies as I like to call them, and they almost look like they glow in the dark. They're so white, pink, bright, just super, super luminescent flowers. We have a bunch of these. That's the main update I wanted to give, is just on these flowers. We have a few dotted throughout. There's a few in the herb garden. But I'll have to go back and look at those earlier videos to see if this is in the same spot as those leaves were. I think it is. And these may have been delayed as well because the mulch was pretty deep. Hi, Mom.
Hi. I'm going to pick a tomato.
Ooh, let's go see the tomatoes.
Tomato for you.
How could I forget the tomatoes?
Well, okay.
Where'd they all go?
They're up high. Okay, come here. Come here, Mr. Tomato Hunter.
Zimmer, did you eat all the ripe tomatoes?
Okay, call him out. Hey. Hey.
Look, he's going to show us where they are.
No.
Where are these, Zimmer? Where are the tomatoes? Gesundheit. I think I see some in here. Did you find one?
I found one.
Hey, look at that.
Beautiful.
Wow.
No, not for the dog. Not for the dog.
We have lots of plants growing in here. Tomatoes are starting to come in ripe, and we have a bunch of peppers growing on the ají limón Peruvian pepper plant. So I'll just showcase a few of these. They're quite long and skinny, and there's so many of them. I need to look up to see how big they're supposed to get before we can pick them. But this will be really fun to cook with. And what else is in here? Oh yes, the asparagus. Asparagus is growing, but there are a lot of weeds coming in and they're hard to access because of this fencing that I put in. So I'll need to work on that this weekend. And the other thing is, ta-da! The Waltham butternut squash seeds are now plants. I have 2 of these, and I'm planning to plant those as well. So I might take another short video as an update once I've planted those, hopefully this weekend. Hello again. It is Tuesday, August 23rd, and this will be my last update for the month of August. I just wanted to film one more update because the flowers in this garden have gotten so tall and beautiful that I wanted to make another video just to show you what is blooming in the garden right now. So these flowers with the red centers are called Indian blanket flowers. They were part of a botanical interest seed packet. These are coming up now. Again, these were seeded a little bit later than the zinnia patch. So we do have black-eyed Susan and the Indian blanket flower primarily in this section. And the sun is setting, so my shadow is in the video. Apologies. Here we are back with the zinnias, and they are still producing, and they're very tall. So this is at eye level for me. So we have lots of different colors. Again, I already did show you some of these, so I won't spend too much time, but I think this may be the best year in the garden for flowers, because this is basically my dream garden, just filled with flowering plants, all beautiful colors, and look at all the sunflowers. We also have echinacea down here, and I will walk through to the other side to show you that section. So these are the snapdragons, which did actually flower a second time this summer. I was really surprised to see that happen. And behind them we have autumn sedum, which is now starting to turn pink. So I guess fall is coming. Here the borage is ending, and we do still have cosmos and very tall sunflowers with multiple heads. And as you can see, the bees are thrilled. Here are more of the sunflowers. The caladium and gladiolus, we have had three colors. We've had bright red, which is done, that's here on the left, and then we have this salmon kind of orangish color here, and then bright yellow as well. And the cardinal flower is still blooming. This has been going pretty much all summer. And there's something else in here. Oh yes, the roses. So this is the rose plant that I got Mom for Mother's Day last year. So not this past Mother's Day, but the year before. And we did have to dig it up due to an excavation that happened in this flower bed, but we planted it again, and now we have these beautiful and very fragrant rose flowers blooming. And of course, on this side, the zinnias are also blooming just as vibrantly as the others. Surprise lilies are now done. And we have some tomatoes ripening on the vine. Here are a few. Oh no! Something ate the tomato. Ah! Yesterday there was a black plum tomato on my plant. This is one of the tomatoes that I planted from seed, and it grew one tomato, but it looks like either the dog or some wild animal claimed that one. This is the jungle of tomatoes. I have harvested basil from this plant 3 times already, and it's still going strong. Still have marigolds. There's a tomato. Uh-oh, I'm in the view. Tomato going in there. More marigolds here. And this pepper plant is massive. This is the Peruvian ají limón, or lemon drop pepper. And these peppers, there are probably about 50 on this plant altogether. They will turn bright yellow, and that is when I will harvest them. They are a spicy pepper, so Dan will have a lot of fun cooking with that. We have another pepper plant here. Let's see if I still have a tag. Ají. Oh, it's faded. I don't remember exactly what this one was, but it's another Peruvian pepper. I don't see any peppers actually on this one yet. And then the fish pepper, which is this really cool variegated pepper up here. This plant had several peppers on it, and I did harvest them, unfortunately, too early. I thought they were ready to pick because they had some of the same variegation that the leaves had. The peppers were green and white or kind of pale yellow, and so I picked them. But then I read online that they should really turn red. And some more tomatoes. And these are all mums, which I planted in this row here. Some autumnal colors. Get out of this view if I can. So you can see all of the colors in there. And then this entire row, Dan was very generous with his time and efforts. He weeded the entire, and look, there's evidence of it. There's the spade. He weeded the entire asparagus patch. And you can see in the distance there are several asparagus shoots coming up. Again, I apologize for blocking the view with my shadow. I'll see if I can get a close-up of one of these shoots. There's one. So a little spindly for harvesting this year, but maybe next year they will be big enough. And here's another one. So that is very exciting. They all are doing well so far. My parents got coleus to plant in this last row, and we do have the 2 Waltham butternut squash plants in the ground, rapidly growing. I do have cages over them to protect them from the groundhog. The zucchini did not make it because of the groundhogs, so I will most likely need to make a bigger fence to upgrade this right about now, actually. But I think this will conclude the August flower garden update. So I will see you next month.